welcome to Prime. It was considered an initiation into what life had to offer, the Class 10 boards. Millions took it, some won, some lost, and some even got lost somewhere. Then came the big change, grading. Instead of marks, percentages, all to put the pressure off young minds. But that said, the boards are still a very big deal for students, parents and the school. So just what has been achieved by adopting the grading system? Are there some positives than negatives? Does it need some change? Is grading slowly serving its purpose?
Optional Class 10th board exams after 2011. This decision by HRD Minister Kapil Sibal was aimed at revolutionizing the education system in India. The new CBSE system evaluates students on the basis of grade. 60% of the grades depend on internal examinations, which are held by different schools using their own question papers. The remaining 40% was based on a continuous and comprehensive evaluation of qualities such as speaking skills and physical education. And most students were on cloud 9 with the announcement of this year's CBSE Class 10 results. A1s were common, with many of them scoring high cumulative grade point averages. Despite the CBSE's continuous and comprehensive evaluation system gathering momentum, a number of students appeared for the Class 10 board exam this year. So, it might seem that the decision to make the Class 10 board exam optional is a boon for students, considering that they will be freed from all the stress, but for that a further revolution is necessary, but it's still a start.
Well, to discuss the relevance of getting top grades in the recent Class 10 board exams, we have an esteemed panel. Mitul Dikshit, the Director of Dikshant International School, Dr. Kuldeep Puri, Associate Professor of Education in Punjab University, Chandigarh, P.K. Sharma, he's the Principal of Navodaya Vidyalaya, Rajshri Sarda, a child psychologist, and Ankur Garg, he's one of the toppers of IIT JEE. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And Mitul, if I do begin with you, abhi exams okay, and this is the second year hua hai. पूरा एक्सपीरियंस मुझे ये बताओ, बिकॉज दिस इज सेकंड, दूसरी बारी कर रहे हो, इट्स ग्रेडिंग, इट्स समथिंग वेरी वेरी न्यू. प्रेशर क्या हट गया है बच्चों पर?
आई थिंक काफी हद तक प्रेशर हट गया है. प्रेशर हट गया है मतलब अभी हमें बहुत टाइम लगेगा कि ये दूसरा साल है. इट वुड टेक कुछ और टाइम लगेगा समझने में कि करेक्ट असेसमेंट क्या है या सीसीई क्या है. बट प्रेशर डेफिनेटली हट गया बिकॉज यू नो उस तरीके का स्ट्रेस लेवल्स नहीं है कि सब कुछ मतलब मार्क्स जो बोर्ड एग्जाम्स में ड्यूरिंग दोज एग्जामिनेशंस जो बच्चे परफॉर्म करते हैं वो ही दैट इज व्हाट बिकम्स द फाइनल रिजल्ट. एंड इट हैज बीन, मेरे को लगता है कि सीसीई से क्या हुआ है कि ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम साल भर का इवैल्यूएशन है. इट्स अ कंटिन्यूअस इवैल्यूएशन, सो द प्रेशर डज नॉट कम इनटू you know those last 1 month of board examinations.
फटाफट रोट लर्निंग करो और फटाफट एग्जाम करो और
मतलब 15 दिन.
पर फिर भी सबको, काफी लोगों को A1s मिले हैं. A1 मतलब 90% एंड अबव. सो इन दिस काइंड ऑफ अ ग्रेडिंग जहां पर काफी कुछ पूरे साल से आप असेसमेंट्स ले रहे हो, बिहेवियर पर भी है, को करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज पर भी है, पॉसिबल है कि A1 मिलेगा मेजॉरिटी?
हाँ. What is the difference? मतलब अगर सपोज there is lot of criticism, बहुत criticism है कि 91 से 100% तक you know A1 है. बट आपको लगता है कि I don't believe that अगर कोई 99% स्कोर करता है तो is better than that a child who's scoring 98%. Yeah. They come in the same category.
स्टूडेंट्स का ये भी मानना है कि अब हम हमारे में कंपटीशन थोड़ा कम हो गया.
There's less of rivalry, no doubt about that, and it's good. At least in class 10 it helps the child. It gives the child the confidence also, and everybody is on an equal footing. In any case, there are no preferential subjects. You don't get to choose. You're studying all the subjects. Competition should ideally come in 11th, 12th when the child will be going into the bigger world, choosing different streams, choosing different careers.
Yeah, but then when you say about 90 to 99, there's no difference. But 89 और 91 में भी क्या फर्क होगा?
तो वो कहीं ना कहीं तो आपको ग्रेड करना, कट ऑफ
grading is there. You have to stand somewhere.
You have to stand somewhere. So otherwise it would not be possible.
But overall, in your school, sir, सबने दिए exams?
Yeah, that is the internal examinations.
क्योंकि optional है.
That is the optional because in Navodaya Vidyalaya we are having this practice since '89. Because Navodaya is the system where the grading system has already been started since '89, and this was one of the best system because 24 hour students are with us. Evening time also we are making full use of the students, and they are doing very well.
But even Navodaya also, like we were discussing earlier, it anyway takes meritorious students.
Yeah, it takes the meritorious students after the selection test in class 6th. What you see that teachers, they have to work day and night because of the residential school. They work morning till evening. Evening hours also, the main grading system which we can say is fully utilized in Navodaya Vidyalayas.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but getting back to taking the exam, it's the choices of the student?
In Navodaya Vidyalaya, because they have to continue in +1, +2. Because in some of the Navodaya Vidyalayas, it is the choice of the students. Some of the students, they take external examination. Some of them, they are in the internal.
So is it the choice of the student, or is it the choice of the school?
It is the choice of the students, not the choice of the
Hanji
student.
sir.
See, actually, when Kapil Sibal ji introduced this policy of making this exam optional, the idea behind was that we want to have minimum of public exams. We want to have a minimum of stress on the students, so that
he actually is saying, I want to do away with it completely.
Maybe that he cannot do it, but at some level you have to have some public examination. So he said, let us put it at 12 to start with. Let us make it optional. If someone wants to go in for it, let them go. If they do not want to go in for, let them not go. Because the stress was on continuous comprehensive evaluation, and it's a sound philosophy, good education.
Fine.
Because it takes care of all those things which education actually is.
So that is one. Of
Yes.
course, we agree with the philosophy. बहुत अच्छी है ये है. But again, we get back. Everybody wants to give the exam. I don't think in Chandigarh anybody did not give the exam.
You mean to say the external exam?
External exam.
No. There are a lot of schools who are opting for internal exams, and children are doing that also. And please remember, this is just the beginning.
Again, was it the school's decision or was it the child's decision? Because it is the child's decision to take that. Have we evolved to a place where the child can make up his mind, say, कि मैंने नहीं करना? He makes a decision on so many other things. Okay, what he wants to play, what he wants to
Yes.
do.
See, the child
is he capable of saying that?
In class 10, the child is really not taking a decision independently. It's either the school who's influencing him or the parents. Or the
Parents also.
But then the fact is that the phobia, to a large extent, the board phobia, which needn't be there in class 10. You have a choice to get away.
So in a way, we have not done away with the pressure.
But some students also take it because of getting away from board exams and resorting to cheap practices to get a good CGPA, like just टीचर्स को मक्खन चढ़ाना, ऐसे तो ये काम भी बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन हो गए हैं. इसकी वजह से
कैसे मक्खन लगाते हैं?
मक्खन क्या, कभी टीचर ने कहा कि ये काम कर दो मेरा, कर दिया, टीचर्स के चार्ट बना दिए, टीचर्स के हमेशा गुड कमेंट्स टीचर के सामने, गुड बिहेवियर, मतलब इट्स ऑल मेकअप मेड अप आल्सो.
I agree with him.
See, the pressure is right there. अगर ऐसे नहीं होता तो मैं मक्खन लगा के मेरा बिहेवियर अच्छा हो जाएगा, वहाँ पर मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे.
That is why, in order to have the success of this system, first of all, teachers and head of the institution, they are to be trained. In actual practice, when we talk about the CCE, we will find maximum number of the teachers, they are still not aware of this system. That is why the students, they are not coming up also. And he is very much right when we talk about their all over personality development.
Their approach, yes.
Their approach is entirely
conscience
different.
levels के लिए होना चाहिए.
Yeah.
You have to make them conscious.
Conscious, yeah.
Rather than what is the training for conscientious, getting them to reach that conscience is a very difficult question.
Is it ये system सा बन गया है? Is it just the way it is now always, even for teachers to change?
Like I think हमारे time में तो नहीं होता था. We never had teachers, who would have that kind of bias. And that relationship in between the parent-teacher relationship, the student-teacher relationship is changing, as times have changed. We still remember, we used to be hate by teachers, and in the evening, we would be.
Rajdeep, would you agree कि this is so prevalent? Now we can so safely say हमारे time में नहीं होता, पर अब तो हो रहा है. कहीं तो change आएगा.
हाँ, होता तो हमेशा ही था. Some bit of nepotism will always be there.
Yes.
You will always feel as a child, the so and so is really sucking up to the teacher. It happened earlier. It happened during. I'm from a boarding school. It happened
You have
during.
to suck up. You just learn.
There are a few children who do it for whatever be the reason. It could be their personality, or maybe they have ulterior motives, and it happens even now.
See,
But do you mean to say the teachers were at that point of time also biased?
Yes,
Some bit,
I would
some bit
agree
of it.
to that.
Bit of it.
Some bit.
I
was always
I
there.
think
And
that
we
they were
cannot say
biased.
कि हमारा बहुत
how
honest था.
no, how students perceive it, that's important.
yeah.
So as a student,
Yeah,
even I
students-
perceived that yes, this particular the science teacher doesn't like me because actually I was poor at sciences. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to get good marks. That feeling was always there behind me.
Yeah, yeah.
What
And I was
मुझे
like,
एक
let's
बात-
just listen to yes,
मुझे
Dr.
एक
Puri.
बात लगती है कि actually there is a paradigm shift now with this system. There was a time when the teacher's performance was linked to the performance of the students.
Students, yes.
And when students did not perform better, they were punished for that, whatever, if at all they were punished. Now since the paradigm has shifted and the pressure has not been offloaded from the students, it has
Yes.
been offloaded from the teachers too.
Okay.
And maybe with this paradigm shift, this kind of favoritism or this kind of biases or this kind of feeling inside in the teacher that
Or
he
the
has-
student. The
and
student
he-
also feels
yes,
कि I have to,
and
मैं
he-
थोड़ा सा मक्खन लगाऊंगा
yes,
तो मेरे को
exactly,
marks
that the
ज़्यादा
teacher,
मिलेंगे.
he has to have all this. Maybe that eases down now. This is one.
But sir, how will it ease down? Like he's just said, जब उनके when they're being tested on behavior,
अभी
तो वो
ये-
तो पहले ही मैम के साथ they're sucking up.
Exactly.
and saying,
Psychological.
I
Yes.
agree with him, but the point is, it has just started. Let's give some time. When it really gets down properly, I think that one should be little hopeful and one should be little more generous towards the teaching community.
Yes, by and large teachers are fair, by and large.
Uncle, what would you have to say?
The teachers, the system has started in just 2 years, but the teachers' sincerity has just dropped over the last few years. They are very biased, I would say.
What happens to the sincerity of the students?
You know, what can the student do? His survival depends on it.
No,
He's going to see. I mean, how can one student be sincere when the teachers are only, you know, taking
Selecting on 3, 4.
four? Then that's being unfair
What
for a young student who's already put.
And I think
And not just from 9th or 10th, from 3rd or 4th. That's where a student does not have any mind of any
No malice. Yes.
make any
You
dispute.
can mold the child's mind into any which way, and
The
he's
teacher
already.
will influence his mind more
Yeah.
than his whole conduct.
So as young as class 3, आपको लगता है कि जितना
ऐसा
आप
नहीं।
फेवरेटिज्म रखो, जितना आपके टीचर्स के साथ बनती है, वही आगे बढ़ रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल.
वैसे मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि अभी ऐसी बात नहीं रही है. Students,
So you
they are very
just
much
pass
aware
out
now.
from
Yeah, I know
school.
that. But students, they are very much aware nowadays. If they are not getting due whatever they deserve,
Yeah.
they will question the teachers. Their parents will come, they will ask the teachers.
more students have started questioning.
Yeah, they have started
Even the
questioning.
parents.
Even the parents also.
You leave them. You
Yeah.
give them 1 mark less.
They will
in your
come,
internal
yeah.
exams and see
Uncle,
what
I'm
happens.
going to take a short break, but before the break, Uncle, what was your experience? Did you feel that you had to? Were you the quiet type, or you went to the teacher and you were the favorite?
I was a favorite
Because you did well.
so I didn't have any problems with that. I used internal exams were not a big pressure for me.
You were always brilliant. It was
So,
always easy. Okay.
But for some students it was a big pressure.
Sure. With your friends, you could feel that in your class.
But I would like to ask you a question. आपको लगता है कि टीचर्स को खुश करके या उनको बटर करके यू हैव क्वालिफाइड फॉर आईआईटी?
No, ऐसे तो नहीं है. अपनी sincerity है, but कहीं ना कहीं वो कहीं फायदा तो करी है.
मतलब टीचर्स ने फायदा किया है आपको मार्क्स ज्यादा देके?
मैं +1 +2 के बाद
At
नहीं
the
कर
end
रहा.
of the day, you have qualified for your IIT exam, entrance exam, on your merit, on your sincerity, and no teacher has helped you from the school to qualify or probably get through that
कहने का
entrance exam.
मेरे कहने का मतलब है अगर मैं 98 स्कोर कर रहा हूँ तो मे बी मैं 96 अपनी मेरिट पे स्कोर करता वो 2 मुझे मे बी
teacher से मिल जाते. All right. At this point,
That is the
I'm going to
appreciation you have got
take.
from the teachers.
So I have to take a very short break. We'll come back after the break and we'll discuss this further.